Welcome to vpod.ai. This deep dive is sponsored by Stonefly, a leader in enterprise storage, backup and disaster recovery, AI storage, and cloud solutions.
That's right. And if you're looking for secure, ransomware-proof storage, Stonefly sells air-gapped and immutable storage.
Which, for anyone unfamiliar, means it's totally isolated and can't be changed. Your ultimate defense against ransomware.
Definitely worth checking out. Contact sales at stonefly.com to schedule a demo.
Okay, so let's unpack this idea we've been looking into. What if the next big thing in manufacturing wasn't some huge industrial park?
But maybe, say, your garage.
Exactly. Like, what if you could skip the massive capital investment everyone assumes you need and start a really profitable specialized factory, maybe in a spare room?
That's precisely the mission today. We've gathered a lot of material on compact, specialized manufacturing gear. And the key insight, the thing we want you to walk away with, it's that the future for a lot of businesses isn't about being cheaper than huge overseas factories.
Right. It's not a race to the bottom.
No. It's about focusing on niches. Things the big factories ignore because the orders are too small or too customized.
So we're looking for those gaps where maybe customization breaks the efficiency model for the big guys.
That's it. We'll look at the actual costs of these smaller machines, the sometimes surprising profit potential.
And the specific advantages you get from being small and local.
Absolutely. The machine is just a tool, right? The profit comes from how you position it in the market.
Okay, let's kick things off with what often drives the biggest margins: personalization, premium craftsmanship.
Yeah, this is where complexity and maybe even emotional connection add value, not just how rare something is.
It's interesting how little the cost of adding that personalization can be compared to how much more you can sell it for.
Embroidery is a classic example. A plain baseball cap. It's a commodity. Cheap.
But stitch a cool logo on it.
Instantly premium. And the machines for this, designed for small shops, handle caps, T-shirts, jackets, they run, what, $2,500 to maybe $8,000.
Okay, so a real investment, but not astronomical.
But get this, the actual cost of adding that design, the thread, the backing, the electricity, it's like 20 to 40 cents.
Wow.
But the markup you add, easily $3 to $10, sometimes way more. It's all about the perceived value of that custom touch.
But isn't there a time cost? Like digitizing a logo, setting up the machine for just one or two items? Does that kill the profit?
Not really, especially if you specialize.
Yeah.
Modern software simplifies the setup a lot. Digitizing is often a one-time thing you roll into the first job. For quick turns on small batches, it's still very profitable.
Okay. And even cheaper to get started is sublimation printing.
Oh yeah, much lower entry point. You can get the printer and the heat press for maybe $650 to $1,000 total.
And the process sounds almost like magic. Or chemistry, I guess.
Huh. Yeah, simple chemistry. You print your design on special paper, clamp it onto the item. Mugs are common at around 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Height.
Right. And the ink turns into a gas, poof, and fuses right into the material surface. It's not a sticker sitting on top. It's part of it.
So it's permanent, like a dye job.
Exactly. Waterproof, UV resistant. The colors are super vibrant.
That's pretty cool. It's like you said, not a decal. It's in the mug. And you mentioned you could potentially recover costs pretty fast.
Yeah, you sell maybe 300 custom mugs, and you've likely paid off your initial setup. That could easily be just a month or two.
Wow. Okay, shifting gears slightly, but still on personalization. 3D laser engraving inside glass or crystal. That always looks amazing.
It really does. You hold this clear block, and there's a perfect 3D image just floating inside. Untouchable.
It sells because it creates that instant, how did they do that feeling. But is it hard to operate, getting that alignment right?
The machine handles the hard part. It's a high-precision laser focusing tiny points below the surface, creating microfactories. Individually invisible, but together they form the image.
So the operator focuses more on the customer and the design.
Pretty much. Presentation, marketing, the computer does the heavy lifting on the thousands of precise points.
Yeah. And for pure service, pure speed. Laser welders for jewelry repair.
Phenomenal example. High margin, high precision. Time is literally money here, especially with valuable items.
Gold, gemstones.
Right. And this machine sells trust as much as speed. The laser pulse is so incredibly fine, it melts the gold for the repair without heating the stone next to it.
No damage to the gem. That's crucial.
Hugely crucial. You can fix a delicate clasp in, 3 to 5 minutes? People won't mail their engagement ring away for weeks.
No way.
But they'll drive across town for a 5-minute fix while they wait, and they'll happily pay $20, $30, $40 for that immediate service.
And you can do dozens of those a day.
Exactly. builds amazing local trust and steady cash flow.
Okay, so that covers personalization and high-touch service. Let's pivot now to maybe less glamorous, but potentially more stable stuff, serving other businesses, filling B2B gaps.
Right. This is where you often find really solid long-term opportunities, filling specific industrial needs or doing what we sometimes call waste to value.
Waste to value, I like that. Printing money from stuff others go away.
That's the core idea. Instead of just one revenue stream from your main product, you create a second one from the byproduct, the waste.
Okay, give me an example.
Let's call it the wood waste revolution. You start with a CNC wood lathe. CNC just means computer numerical control. It carves wood based on a digital file.
Making things like fancy stair railings.
Balusters?
Exactly. Or custom knife handles, designer candle holders, that kind of thing. High margin items.
Material cost is low for wood.
Super low. Material and electricity might be 60 cents for a piece that sells for $2, maybe $5 or more. But here's the kicker.
Don't throw away the sawdust.
Do not throw away the sawdust. That's your second resource. You get a simple briquette press.
And compress the sawdust into logs for grilling or fireplaces.
Precisely. You're selling the waste that big mills often pay to have hauled off. Double win.
Okay, taking that even further, pressed pallets.
Yeah. So most factories use standard nailed wood pallets. But you can take sawdust and wood shavings, sometimes get it free from local wood shops, mix it with a binder, and press it under high heat. And the result, better.
Often, yes. It's about 30% lighter, which saves on shipping costs. It's moisture resistant, unlike wood. And they nest together, stack better, saving warehouse space.
So you're using waste to make a superior product that solves logistics problems for other companies. That feels like a real market inefficiency you're exploiting.
Exactly what a microfactory can do. Now, another industrial niche, high-tech cleaning, fiber laser cleaning systems.
I've seen videos of this. Rust just vanishes.
Like magic. Rust, paint, grime, gone. No dust, no sparks, no chemicals, just clean metal underneath.
But that equipment's got to be pricey, right? You mentioned maybe $8,500. That's a bigger jump for a garage setup.
It is, but look at the operating leverage. There are basically no consumables other than electricity. And the service rates are high because it's fast, clean, and precise.
What kind of rates?
You might charge $40, $60 to clean delicate vintage car parts, or maybe $70, $90 an hour for bigger stuff like marine parts or power line equipment.
Okay, so serving a few local auto shops or industrial clients could pay that back reasonably quickly.
Yeah, $200 plus a day in revenue is definitely possible, leading to a fast ROI.
And then there's filling really specific B2B orders, like strap weaving.
Right. Think custom cargo straps, webbing for backpacks, that sort of thing. A strap weaving machine might cost around $4,000, plus maybe $300 for a hot cutter to seal the edges.
And the niche is small orders.
Exactly. Big textile mills, they don't want to set up for just 200 or 300 feet of a specific color or pattern. It's not worth it for them.
Give it a small gear maker or someone doing custom outdoor equipment.
They'll pay a premium for that small custom run delivered quickly. It's a product they just can't get wholesale easily.
Makes sense. Okay, let's move into daily consumables. Food, fiber, packaging. Here, consistency feels like the key premium feature.
Absolutely. And convenience. Let's talk about what I call the tortilla paradox.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Anyone who loves good food knows real tortillas are tricky. The dough is super sensitive, humidity, temperature, handling.
Right, handmade is usually best.
But to make money, you need automation. The paradox is finding automation that doesn't ruin the sensitive dough.
So the machine has to be smart.
It has to be precise. Good tortilla machines press the dough balls between carefully heated plates just right, sliding out a perfectly cooked warm tortilla every few seconds. No tearing, no burning like cheaper, rougher machines. That consistency is the premium product.
Gotcha. Same idea for pasta, maybe.
Similar logic. A small-scale pasta machine does the mixing, pressing, cutting. Simple flour and water. But the gold mine is customization.
How so?
Add spinach powder for green pasta. Add squid ink for black pasta. Suddenly, those cheap ingredients become a gourmet product, perfect for local delis, farmers markets, even meal kits.
Right, turning basic into premium with a simple addition. Now, packaging. Powder packing machines. Sounds versatile.
Super versatile. Think spices, coffee grounds, detergent powder, protein powder, anything like that.
And the machine does it all.
Measures the dose, forms the little pouch from a roll of film, fills it, seals it. Done.
What's the advantage for a small operator?
Flexibility. You finish a run of chili powder. Just swap the roll of packaging film to one for, say, soap powder. You can switch between food grade and industrial applications easily.
Okay. And mesh scrubbers, like shower poofs. That sounds surprisingly basic.
It is basic, but the scale is massive. Globally, something like 10 billion are sold every year.
Whoa, okay.
But the smart angle here isn't just making them cheap, it's the material. Use PT fiber that comes from recycled plastic bottles.
Ah, the eco angle.
Exactly. That lets you market it differently, maybe raise the price 50% and get a huge marketing boost. You're not just selling a scrubber, you're selling sustainability.
Clever. Okay, one more in this category. Tabletop oil presses.
Yeah, these are small, maybe microwave sized, cost around $1,300.
And you press seeds? Like sunflower, flax?
Yep, seed costs are low, like $1.30 for 5 pounds maybe. You press it, get fresh oil, and the leftover stuff, the meal.
Fill it.
Sell it as animal feed, another waste of value stream.
But the real money's in the oil itself.
Especially if you differentiate. Sell it as cold-pressed oil, retains more nutrients, better flavor. Or infuse it. Add basil, chili, garlic. Flavor and aroma command a huge premium. And those extra ingredients, basil, chili flakes, cost almost nothing.
This really brings home the idea of using local scale to exploit these little market gaps. Okay, let's shift to our last segment. Materials and batch sizes that big manufacturers just won't touch.
Yeah, this happens all the time. Big factories are optimized for massive volume. Anything small or specialized is often just ignored. Perfect territory for the microfactory.
Like custom plastics, small bottle molding.
Exactly. The machine itself is fairly compact, and your customers aren't Coke or Pepsi. They're the local craft soda maker, the artisan hot sauce company, maybe a boutique cosmetics brand.
And they need smaller batches.
Way smaller, maybe 5,000 or 10,000 bottles at a time. For a giant bottling plant, that's not even worth starting the line.
Okay.
But for a small local operation, it's ideal. You offer speed and the exact custom shape they need.
Okay. Then there's flexible 3D printing, using materials like TPU or EVA.
Right. So most people think of 3D printing as making hard, brittle plastic things. But TPU and EVA are elastomers. They're flexible, like industrial rubber.
So you can print things that need to bend or absorb shock.
Precisely. They had custom sneaker soles, shockproof bumpers for equipment, soft elbow pads for sports gear, even flexible masks for cosplay that actually stretch. Really opens up niche product possibilities.
And sticking with plastics, but for packaging the desktop vacuum former.
This is a great one for quick turnaround service. It makes that clear plastic packaging, clamshells, blister packs, lids for cupcakes.
Who needs small runs of that?
Think Etsy sellers. Local crafters making soap, candles, maybe small plaster statues. They need custom packaging or even custom molds for their products.
Oh, molds too.
Yeah. If a soap maker wants a new design, you can 3D print the mold shape today, vacuum form a plastic mold from it tonight, and they can be pouring soap into it tomorrow. Speed and hyper customization.
That's a powerful combo. Okay, 2 simple, high-demand staples left. Paper straws.
Demand is skyrocketing as plastic straws get phased out.
Right. Definitely.
The machine looks simple, but it's doing something quite specific. Takes narrow rolls of food-grade paper, applies a tiny bit of edible glue, wraps it tightly around a spindle to make a multi-layered tube, cuts it, stacks it, fast.
And the advantage is being local.
Yeah, supply chains are struggling to keep up. Being able to produce durable paper straws locally is a big advantage right now.
Okay, finally, soap. Seems like a classic small business.
It is. And you only really need maybe 4 core machines for the basic process: mixing, molding, cutting, wrapping.
But the key is customization again.
Always. Use the same equipment, but add some mint extract. Now it's summer breeze cooling soap. Sell it for more. Add goat milk. Suddenly it's a premium moisturizing bar.
Same process, different ingredients, higher perceived value.
That's the game. Constant tweaking for perceived quality using the same setup.
So wrapping this all up, the core insight really is that knowing about these compact, specialized machines globally is kind of a shortcut, isn't it? It unlocks these unique business models you can run from home.
Absolutely. The strategy boils down to leverage customization, turn waste into value, offer speed, and tackle the small, niche jobs the giants don't want.
It's about being nimble and smart, not necessarily huge.
Which leads to a final thought, maybe a question for you, the listener. Next time you see a custom embroidered cap, or those neat pressed wood pallets, or a unique plastic container for some craft product,
Ask yourself.
was the giant factory really the best place to make that specific thing? Or could it have been done better, faster, maybe more profitably, somewhere much smaller? What simple high-demand item are you seeing imported right now that maybe, just maybe, you could make locally with a higher margin right from your own space?
Really makes you think. Okay, before we sign off, a final word from our sponsor. Welcome to vpod.ai. This deep dive was sponsored by Stonefly.
Leaders in enterprise storage, backup, disaster recovery, AI storage, and cloud solutions.
And remember, if you need that secure, ransomware-proof storage, Stonefly offers air-gapped and immutable solutions.
Contact sales at stonefly.com to schedule your demo.